and I'm here with Mike Brown, a great sports fan of the time. Tell me about yourself, Mike.
I am 53 years old, and I was born in Canton, Ohio, the Football Hall of Fame. Moved to Michigan when I was about one, and became a big sports fan for all the Michigan's teams. University of Michigan, Michigan State, Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Wings, all of them.
When did you first know you were interested in sports?
Right out of the womb. Right away. 2 years old, 3 years old. We're out there playing sports every day.
What sports did you play?
We played mostly baseball, basketball, and football back in the streets of Detroit.
What was your favorite one?
They were all our favorites. You know, when it was football season, we went out and played football. When it was basketball season, we switched to that sport. When it was baseball, we played baseball.
How have athletics changed from when you were younger to now?
Back then, people played for the fun of the game and for the love of the game, and now it's all about the big bucks and $1 million salaries and steroids, and just everything's different than it was.
How exactly has money changed sports over your lifetime?
Well, back when we were kids, there were 9 of us, and wouldn't be a problem for my dad to take us all down to Tiger Stadium and go to a ball game, go to 2, 3, 4 ball games over the course of the summer, because it probably cost about $2 to get in. Well, the players are getting greedy, and the salaries are up to $12 million a year for one player, and of course, what does that do? That makes the ticket prices a lot higher, and as a result, families can't really get down there as often as they would like.
How often did you go to games when you were younger?
We went quite a bit. We'd usually on a Saturday we'd pack up our gloves and our hats and drive down there. And we weren't that far away from the stadium, so it was a short ride, and take a couple of the neighbor kids and hope to get a baseball.
Did you go to any other games besides just baseball?
Not really. We had the Detroit Pistons who played down at Cobo, but we never went to those games. Lions, no, not really. Mostly just baseball.
Have the relationships between teams and fans changed at all?
I don't really think so. I think the fans are pretty much just fans. They root for their city, they root for their team, they root for their players. If a player gets traded to another team, they'll probably boo him. They root for the city they live in, and it hasn't changed since Babe Ruth and Roger Maris and Willie Mays and all those guys, Al Kaline. Fans are fans. They love their city, and they're going to continue to cheer for their team. And the question is, can they get down there enough, with the financial situation that goes on with the tickets? That's my only concern.
Who was the most important athlete when you were young?
In any particular sport, or what sport do you mean?
Just anything of the time that you thought was like an athlete that was very influential on your generation.
Well, we were big baseball fans, and obviously Detroit Tiger fans. The '68 World Series was huge for everyone growing up in Detroit. It was the year after the '67 riots. So in 1 year the city's burning down, and the next year we're winning a World Series championship. Al Kaline, Norm Cash, Mickey Stanley. I could name everyone on the team. What was your question? What was your question?
My question was, who was the most influential athlete on your
Well, for
generation?
baseball, it was Al Kaline for the city of Detroit. But overall, I mean, boxing was pretty big back then. It was Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That was Muhammad Ali. And he was very popular, and he was a great athlete.
What was the most exciting game you ever saw?
One I saw or one I played in?
One you saw.
I played in a lot of exciting games, but none of them would be very exciting for this interview. But probably Game 7, Detroit Pistons, just about 4 years ago. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, and Chauncey Billups beat Los Angeles Lakers in Game 7 at the Palace. Exciting. Actually, I don't even think it was Game 7 now that I think about it. I think we beat them in Game 6, but it was the fourth victory of the series. Confetti, and the first time Detroit Pistons have won a championship since 89-90 when the previous bad boy team did it. So it was an exciting to be there live. Not everyone in my family could be there.
He left me. He didn't bring me.
Lauren had surgery and she was home. She could not be hobbling around with a bad knee. So, yeah, Game 7,
He thought
Pistons.
it was unsafe.
Go Pistons.
What kind of sports did you play throughout your lifetime, and what kind of teams were you on and all that?
When I was 7 years old, I started playing Little League Baseball, and that was my favorite sport. And we played down at Butzel. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was down in Detroit, and it was Butzel Field. We had some great teams, and of course I played baseball, basketball, and football at Precious Blood Grade School, if you can believe the name of that. That is one crazy name for a grade school, but 9 of us Browns all went to school there and played baseball, basketball, and football mostly. Went to Sacred Heart Seminary in the 9th grade. Was going to be a priest. Played basketball there. That was the only sport they had. They didn't have a freshman team, so I played on the JV as a freshman. In 10th grade, we moved out to the suburbs, moved out to Troy, moved out of the city of Detroit, went to Troy High School, and there I played baseball and basketball, and I played those up through my senior year. Basketball was my favorite sport at that point, and pretty much started every game as a senior, and we had a pretty good team.
If I remember correctly, it says in your yearbook, Mike Brown runs so fast he forgets to stop at the basket.
You know how those yearbook people are. Don't really get the facts a little goofed up.
Oh.
You have to look at my scrapbook. I've got it upstairs. You can check out all the stats.
How do you think preparing for a game has changed from now and then?
Well, professional athletes, even college athletes, they're all in tremendous shape now compared to, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. Just the trainers, the coaches, everything is so much better than it was back then. It's a big time sports now. College football is a big money maker. And these athletes are in tremendous physical shape. And for the pro athletes, that's their job. They don't have to have another job during the off season. Their job is to stay in shape, get in great shape, stay in great shape, and just focus on that year round. Eat right,